Sandra here, and this is the third time I've tried filming, and I've got halfway through and my iPad keeps shutting off and I'm not sure why. I think it's had enough of me, but wanted to do a video today just to show you the beautiful dress that I received from All About Audrey yesterday. This is the packet that it came in, or the bag that it came wrapped in. I received two dresses that I had ordered. This one was pine and cranberry and the other's red and blue, and I'll just show you a full length version of it. I think it's a bit prairie looking as well, which I like. So I've got some long socks and a pair of shoes with it today, and I just paired it with a necklace. And today's lunch is coffee. And I've just done a really simple roll with mustard, pickle, ham and a slice of cheese. That's it, nice and simple. And today's video is about the power of dyeing clothes that you don't like as part of your minimalist journey as well, or just if you've bought something and you just don't like the colour. If it's a lighter colour, I found you just dye it. So the dye I use is RIT. I like RIT dyes, and all the instructions are on the back. It says it's for cotton, wool, nylon and more. I haven't found it that good on nylon, that's just my personal feeling, but definitely for cottons and linens it's very good. You also need to know that whatever colour you are dyeing, unless it's white, it's not going to be that exact colour. So the dress that I dyed, this was a cream, more on the yellow based cream colour originally, and unfortunately it was that pale that with my pale skin, whenever I wore it, my husband would go, "Oh, there's a ghost in the house," so, because I just looked like an ethereal spirit. So I wanted to dye it because I didn't particularly like that colour. It didn't suit me. It made me look more sallow than I already look. And I wanted an earth tone colour, so because it was more on the yellow side, I bought a dark brown, or the cocoa brown, and I managed to get the rust colour. So if you do have items of clothing that you'd like to dye, you can always go on to Google and check what two colours. Say if you have a pale blue top and you want to dye it green, you could always go on and check that way. So that's a good way of finding out more or less what colour it's going to come out. If you bought a dye in this colour and you expected something to come out exactly that colour, unless it's white, it's not going to come out exactly that colour. It will be mixed with the other colour, the secondary colour. So that is a heads up. And very easy to dye them. I have a large bucket, which is my dye bucket, and I have a plastic big spoon that I use. I use table salt, so literally you wash the item first, just in a nice wash with no fabric softener, because you want to get any sprays or anything off it, because if you just wet the item and then try dyeing it, it will come out with patches. I guarantee, I've done it in the past. So if it's brand new item, for sure wash it, but don't use fabric softener. You don't want to put another layer of stuff on it, so just give it a nice wash, and it can be a fast wash. So whilst the item is still wet, what I do is I get my bucket, fill it halfway with hot water. I use a teaspoon of salt. You have to mix salt in with it as well. Mix it all up, and then I used about half of this packet. Mixed it all in, so I got all the colour, and then I started dunking the dress in bit by bit till it covered the whole dress. Another thing is wear gloves. Unless you don't mind your hands being dyed, because it will dye your hands almost immediately. And whatever you're wearing, make sure that you wear either a pinafore over it or just an old item, because you'll splash. Well, either that or it's just me and I'm just splashing everywhere. So when I put this in, I made sure it was covered in, mixed it all around, and then every sort of 5-10 minutes I just went back and gave it all a mix, turning it over, making sure every area was dyed. And I did that for about 2 hours. The colour when I'd done that was a lot darker than this, but I knew when I washed it and rinsed it out it would be lighter. So, and I didn't have a specific colour in mind, like I say, as long as it was in a warm rust kind of family, I was happy. Could have been orange, I would have still been happy. So after it had dyed enough, I rinsed and rinsed and rinsed with cold water, and then I popped it in my washing machine just on a cold rinse for about 20 minutes just to get any excess dyes out. And then I washed it in a low to cold wash with a little bit of fabric softener, which then took a bit more of the colour out, not a lot, but a little bit more. And then once that had done, I washed it once more. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I just wanted to make sure that if I was wearing something white underneath, no colour would come through. So I did it the second time, and I did it on a medium wash that for the second time then, and fabric softener this time, I washed it. And then when I took it out, I just tumble dried it lightly, very lightly, and then hung it up. And this is the colour that it stayed. So I'm very happy with that. Another good thing about it is if you have embroidery, it will also dye that. So it did dye the embroidery darker, which I quite liked. And if I find that come next fall, I'm sick of this colour, all I have to do is re-dye it another colour. If I want to do it a darker brown, like a chocolatey colour, I can just, you know, wash it again and dye it another colour. If I want it to be more of a really more on the red based, something like my couch, what I can do is keep it this colour and then just get like a burgundy colour dye. So there's lots of different things you can do to change them up, because you know, that will give you more variety for some items in your closet as well. Even if it's one or two items and you get more variety out of it, sometimes that can help not having to give that item away, and you get more wear out of it. So that's definitely helped me, and I hope that helps you. So if you do have an item maybe in your closet or something that you're not sure about, you don't want to get rid of it because it fits nice, but you just don't like the colour, I would definitely say give dyeing a go. What have you got to lose? I mean, if you're not going to wear it anyway and you're not happy with it, or if you're out in the shops and you find that perfect dress but it's not quite the colour, you know, give it a rinse, pick up a nice dye. If you had an idea in mind and think I want it to be purple, then go on Google, check what colours would make purple. If it was, I don't know, already green, say, what colour mixed with green would make purple, and then you know what colour dye to get. Sometimes it's just nice to have the guessing, not knowing. And the worst case scenario is if you don't like it, and it's just a really nasty colour that you really don't like, then just wash the item in your washing machine, add a little bit of bleach and just lighten it up and try a different colour. Just watch how many times you use bleach on an item though, because it can destroy the integrity of the fabric. So I hope somebody found that helpful. I'm now going to stop and have my lunch, and then I'll have to play with the cat because she's bored out of her head, and I haven't played with her this morning. I played with Morris because he asked for it. She's been asking for food and I've put 3 different flavours down, and she's turned her nose and put all 3, which was nice. And a waste, quite frankly, but that's just what they do, don't they? Anyhow, keep yourself safe. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give me a nice thumbs up. And if you haven't already done, please subscribe. I would really like that. And I will talk to you guys again. Bye.